What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll go ahead and show them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music. The second is a new podcast I just launched on my YouTube music channel called Chasing Infinity. It is myself and ChatGPT as my AI co-host. We talk about a bunch of different topics, including a recent episode on Splinterlands and Web3 gaming. So go check it out. The links are in the description below. I appreciate the support. Okay, guys, let's get into this. Now, this video is for anybody who is new to Splinterlands or potentially returning and is maybe somewhat familiar, but, you know, a lot of changes have happened over the last couple of months and years. So this is not for the folks that have been around for a minute. Although I do want to say, if the folks who have been around for a minute want to leave any other comments for tips, I think I would appreciate it. I'm sure many of the new players coming in would appreciate it as well. So let's say you're brand new, you come in, how do you explore this game? How do you play? What is the deal? Well, I'm going to tell you how to get started with just a couple of simple steps here so that you can start playing in the game for very little without actually even owning anything in the game. So this is not meant as like, hey, buy this, invest in this. Like this is, hey, yes, you're going to have to come in and rent a couple of items, which I think are relatively cheap, but it will allow you to try out the game, see if it's something you even like in the first place, and then decide if you want to take a bigger position or start buying cards or start buying SPS. But, you know, you can dig into the other videos for that. I want to keep this very, very simple and basic. So you're at this screen, you just log in or you create your account, and where I think you should go is the marketplace, right? Because what you're going to need are some cards. Now, you can play with the cards that you have. They're called starter cards or ghost cards, but you are not eligible to earn anything with those. They're just there as kind of like a baseline. So when you go into battle, for example, you want to play in modern format because Wild is for probably all the veterans, and it has like every card available that can be played, whereas modern is just the most recent two sets. So you'll have modern, you can click battle. Again, this is not really meant to be a tutorial for the battle, but this is where you would want to participate in. Now, the two things that I want to go through are on the market page because you're going to need cards to play and earn, right? As well as SPS. SPS is the governance token. It is Splinter Shards, right? It's the governance token, but it's also required for you to have some in order for you to earn anything, right? Earn SPS, and you can earn SPS every time you win a battle. Or, and you can earn SPS, you can earn Glint, which is kind of like the not the in-game currency, but it's just like the little token that's available. Again, it's not sellable. It's used to buy other rewards, but we're not even going to get into that. That's how you level up your deck over time. That's how it's like tickets at, an arcade. You get to go and redeem it for stuff, some of which is, cards that you can turn into NFTs, or you can redeem it for more energy to play. You can redeem it for different other NFTs, such as like titles and such, right? But again, I don't want to go too deep into all of that. If you want more tutorials, more basic tutorials on this stuff, definitely let me know. My main thing is, how do you just get started playing? Okay, so yes, like I said, you can go and you can play with the starter cards. You might do well, you might do okay. I would recommend, especially if you're willing to fork up a little bit to get started and have a better experience overall, to rent some cards and to rent some SPS. Again, you don't have to buy anything, but you will have to spend some for rentals, right? And you can see how it goes and all that stuff. All right, so over here, you see set rentals, and I would recommend going to the Chaos Legion starter set. Chaos Legion is not the most recent core set, but the one previous. And you can see that you can spend here either in DEC or credits to rent out a bronze level deck for Chaos Legion. So you can see DEC is the kind of the stable coin that we have, which we try to keep at peg. It's a product backed stable coin. You can either use that, or if you want, you can use credits, which you can actually use, what's that called? Like PayPal, right? So you can use a credit card or whatever it is, link it to your PayPal. You get credits in here and you can spend that immediately on the game. So here's the thing. Whichever one you choose to spend in, right? DEC at peg technically is right 1,000 DEC per $1, but credits are like a one-to-one system here. So 111 credits would actually be like 11 cents, 11.1 cents is how much it comes out to. So I would recommend renting out a starter deck, and you can choose whichever one is better for you, right? Credits or DEC if you're able to acquire some DEC before coming in. But there is a credit system, so that's great. Now, you can, once you do that, you will get a bronze level deck. Now, bronze is not a max level deck. You're not going to go all the way to the top of the food chain with this, but it will allow you to just start, especially at the lower levels, and compete against other players who are just starting out, or there's a lot of liquidity bots available at the lower levels that are relatively easy to beat, especially if you have this, if you have a starter deck that's at this level, right? So again, it's very simple. You just go in, you can, like if I were to go here, I can hit rent, right? And it'll show you exactly what cards you get, which is a full complete set from Chaos Legion. And you can choose your price, right? Obviously, I think you'd want to go for the cheapest one, which is 135 DEC. Now, the next area I would go is the SPS rentals. Now, you can choose to buy SPS off the marketplace, or you can choose to just rent it. And right now, I would say it's actually relatively cheap to rent. You can see here the way that this is priced, and this can be kind of confusing, right? So you're gonna have to navigate your way around this, but it's a bid only system. So you'll be able to put in a bid for how much you're willing to pay for SPS. I think that's right. Is it bid only or ask? It's one or the other. It's a one-sided system, right? So you'll be able to put how much you're willing to pay for SPS in terms of DEC. And you can see here that the top price is 0.002 DEC per SPS. Now, there's not that much out there, right? You can see immediately goes down to 0.001, and after that, it's like, it's mainly 0.001. So renting SPS is relatively cheap right now, and I would say that you could get away with doing 0.002 because these get swept up right away. Anybody who's renting out SPS, whenever we see this, I mean, even myself included, whenever I see something like that, I will go through, and if I have extra SPS, I will rent it out to that person. So I think you only need, and this is probably overkill to get started with, but let's just say 20,000 SPS, right? So 20,000 SPS, and you want to list it, right? So you go to request SPS. So you do 20,000 SPS, pay with DEC or credits, however, you're willing to do that. But let's go with DEC just to make it easier. And you do 0.002. So, this is going to come out to 40 DEC per day. You're going to see, because it's a week-long rental, right? So this is going to come out to 40 DEC a day, 280 DEC total for the course of 7 days. And then you just hit continue, right? Obviously, I'm not going to do that because I'm not looking to rent any SPS. But where does that leave you, right? So you're doing about 40 DEC here to rent SPS, and then going back to the set rentals, let's say, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Set rentals, where is that? There we go. With Chaos Legion, let's say anywhere between like 135 to 150, right? So all in all, you're spending 200 DEC or less per day. And when DEC is at peg, that's about 20 cents. Okay. So this is what I'm trying to explain to you, and why I think this is a good path for people who are brand new to the game to see if you even like the game before you make any larger commitments to it, either financially or time-wise or emotionally, right? You can come in and play for 20 cents a day and get an understanding of how the game works at the lower levels. I've played at these lower levels with, collections like this, right? With the starter deck or similar cards. And it's relatively competitive. You'll understand the meta. You'll understand, learn different things and see which cards are good, which cards are bad. It'll give you an understanding overall. And I think this is the best way to do it, right? Because we're talking about 20 cents over the course of a week, 20 cents a day over the course of a week. We're talking about a couple of bucks that you can play for a week, 2 weeks, see how you like it. A season is 15 days long, right? And from there, you'll be able to make a decision on how you want to go about this. So for me, this is the best path forward for anybody who's new into the game. You rent some cards, you rent a little SPS. Once you have those two, right, you can go in here and you'll be able to see what's your boost, right? What your glint and boost is, how much glint you're expected to earn per game. And then you can go every time you win. So see, for example, I'm playing at the higher levels. I'm in gold right now, but you'll be in bronze. But for example, I'm winning like 5.8 SPS per game, right? And that's real tokens. So SPS is like at a little bit under a penny right now. And then 543 glint. And then of course you take that to the shop. you'll see that I have like 17,000 glint, and I can spend it on these different cards or loot chests, or if I want to get other things in the future. But that is the basics. I just want to keep it there for right now. Hopefully this is helpful, especially for any new players. If you're like I said, if you're an older player that wants to provide any other context or tips in the comments below, please feel free to do so. I think it would be very much appreciated. And also, if you guys want to share this with anybody who's new in the game or coming into the game, that's what this video is for. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know if you have any other further questions. I'm sure myself or many others in the community who patrol the comments here are going to be very helpful and try to get you on your way. But that is all I have. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.